Hey guys, Victoria here and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be launching two types of notes, which is Biology KBSM and also SEJARAH KBSM. So I'll be talking about Biology KBSM later, but we'll start with SEJARAH KBSM first. So I'm launching SEJARAH KBSM from 4 and 5, and this is different from the Peta Minda that I launched, the SEJARAH mind maps, which includes video as well. Like that is more to understanding the whole concept of SEJARAH, but this is more to straightforward question. Actually, it's a collection of essay questions and also structured questions that are important. So let's look into the isi kandungan first. So for Form 4, we have 10 chapters, and then these are some cues. If it's 3 stars, it's very important and you should focus on it. And sometimes I put bracket MCQ as well, so those are the questions that can be asked for MCQ. So let's see. So this is how it is. So let's say for chapter 1, we have 4 structured questions, and then we have 4 essay questions as well. So it's like questions and answers directly in the form of like structured and essay questions. So I think that no one can deny that the SEJARAH textbook is like the best and most complete resource. However, I always felt that it's very hard to extract information from there because there's so much and you don't know what you should focus on. So basically what this book does is that it brings out all the important structured and also essay questions. So for example, like Kerajaan Agraria, we have the important structured question. For example, you can be asked questions like ciri-ciri and faktor and stuff. And then maritime, and then we have the, let's say for bab 4, we have masyarakat jahiliah, and if I put 3 stars, that means that it's very important. And for example here, kesan negatif daripada amalan sistem kabilah, and I put bracket MCQ here, semangat kesukuan yang melampau. So this is something that is frequently asked for paper 1. So soalan essay for bab 4 is basically the whole bab 4 is very famously asked for essay questions, so that's why I put 3 stars for everything. And as you can see, it's just like questions and answers, questions and answers, questions and answers. So that way when you're trying to revise, you can directly get all the questions and answers in one place. Especially for essay questions, it's so important to have this. So yeah, Form 5 is of course the same as well. We have the isi kandungan here and the same petunjuk. And then moving on, you can see I put 3 stars at some places. Those are super important. So the format is basically questions and answers for both structured and essay questions. So that's for SEJARAH KBSM Form 4 and 5. And then now we'll take a look at Biology Form 4 and 5. So again, we have concise notes and example questions, and the other one is essay questions. So this is for Form 4 alone, and also in Form 4 KBSM, I've included the paper 3 answering technique as well, step by step. So that's for Form 4. So take a look here, that's the table of content and some cues. Like MCQ means it's most probably asked in paper 1, and note is basically me trying to explain something to you, and when I feel like something is important, that's what I would use. And paper 3 is like tips for paper 3, and SQ is most commonly asked structured questions. And 3 stars means very important, must know. Sometimes I put 4 stars as well, or 5 stars. It means that it's really super important. So this is chapter 1. And as you can see, for example, here, explain the role of contractile vacuole in maintaining balance in amoeba SP, because this is a super important structured question. So I put SQ and that's 3 stars. So this is the whole explanation for it. And then I've included a lot of acronyms as well in this. So for example, the difference between active and passive transport is also another important structured question. And sometimes I put 3 stars, it's also very important. So some acronyms are like here. I've included a few acronyms here. There's like a lot of acronyms sparsed throughout the book as well. Whenever I think that it's like difficult to memorize something, I just come up with an acronym with you guys. So, and then because I talk about the important structured questions in this, then the separate book is like just a book of important essay questions, because like I said before, scoring high marks in essay part is basically what makes you get an A plus from an A. So that's why I put a book of separate important essay questions. And if you have watched my videos, you will know that I suggested like getting a separate notebook, and whenever you come across an important essay questions, you can copy it down so that when it's like really near to the exam, you can revise just the essay questions because they are so important. But basically I've done that for you guys. So this is the book of important essay question. And for Form 4, I've included the paper 3 answering technique as well, step by step in this. So important essay questions from each chapter, and those which are super important, again, I've put in 3 stars. So yeah, like an acronym here as well. So let's look at the back part of this. So in the Form 4 book, like it says in the cover, I do have the paper 3 answering technique as well in here. So from question 1, there's 33 marks, and then question 2, there's 17 marks, and I basically explain how to answer each question in detail for here. And besides all this, I also included like a list of essays that you cannot enter the exam hall without. So in this book, basically it's like all the important essay questions, but the important essay questions are still a lot. And if you happen to not have the time, like really not have the time, I have a list of really important essays which I've included in this book for Form 4 essays and for Form 5 essay as well. I just have a list of around 8 to 10 essays that you really have to memorize before entering the exam hall. So that's for like, you know, emergency and stuff when you really cannot cover the syllabus. But I do encourage you to like learn every single important essay questions in here. So yeah, that's all for the notes. So Form 5 follows the same format as well. So as you can see, I have the Form 4 notes, a set of Form 4 notes, and also a set of Form 5 notes. And then I also have SEJARAH Form 4 and 5, which are the collection of structured and essay questions, of answers and questions. Yeah. So that's all for today's video. If you're interested to purchase, just contact me via Instagram or even via email. So yeah, that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.